The banner was 12 feet wide. Block letters, bright red. And right in the middle, my face from last Christmas, smiling, unaware, blown up to poster size. Above it, "Congratulations, loser." The entire family reunion stopped. 40 people, every phone out, all pointed at me. They wanted tears, rage, maybe a scene. I laughed. Not a polite chuckle. A real head-back belly laugh. My dad looked confused. My brother Brandon smirked, waiting for the joke to land harder. But I kept laughing, because they had no idea. In my bag, I had a folder. 3 years of documents, emails, signatures, timestamps. And in exactly 12 minutes, that banner was going to mean something very, very different. Want to know why I wasn't scared? Stay with me. And hey, drop a comment. Where are you watching from and what time is it there? Hit like if you've ever been the family scapegoat. Let's go. Let me rewind. I was always the disappointment. My family runs a commercial real estate firm. 3 generations. My dad built it from 2 strip malls into a 20-property portfolio. When I was 17, he sat me down. You'll start after college. Junior analyst. Work your way up. I said no. I wanted finance, startups, maybe private equity one day. He didn't yell. He just looked at me like I'd spit on the table. You're making a mistake. Brandon, my older brother, laughed. More equity for me. So I left, took loans, worked 80-hour weeks at a tech startup in a city 400 miles away. Lived in a studio with 2 roommates. Every Thanksgiving, every Christmas, same script. Still playing Office? When are you coming back to real work? We're family. You owe us. I stopped arguing. Just smiled. Took notes. My mentor, Anna, told me once, document everything, always. So I did. Email threads, contracts, texts. I had a folder on my desktop labeled receipts, backed up 3 ways. I didn't know I'd need it. But last year, I made VP of acquisitions at a private equity firm. Salary? Comfortable. Reputation? Growing. My family didn't congratulate me. They invited me to a reunion. With a banner. And that's when everything clicked. After the banner joke, because that's what they called it, a joke, my dad pulled me aside. We walked into the hallway. Brandon followed. Dad's tone shifted. We need to talk business. I waited. The firm needs a bridge loan. $400,000. We've got a lender lined up, but they want a co-signer. Someone with clean credit. I blinked. You want me to co-sign? It's just a formality. The business is solid. Brandon crossed his arms. Unless you want to be the loser for real. I kept my voice steady. Can I see the financials? LLC docs? Balance sheets? Dad's face hardened. Family doesn't need paperwork. I looked at Brandon. He didn't blink. We wouldn't ask if we had a choice, Dad said. You're the only one who qualifies. Why wouldn't you qualify? Silence. Brandon stepped closer. We need your signature by Monday. Lender's waiting. I felt my stomach drop. But I smiled. I'll think about it. Dad grabbed my shoulder. Not hard, but firm. Don't embarrass this family twice. I walked back into the party. The banner was still hanging. People were taking selfies in front of it. I went home, opened my laptop, and I started digging. Sunday morning, 6:47. My phone buzzed. Bank fraud alert. Someone tried to open a home equity line of credit in my name. $450,000. Application denied, thank God, but it had been submitted. The IP address? Traced to my family's office. I stared at the email, hands shaking. Then my phone exploded. Group text. Extended family. Aunts, uncles, cousins I hadn't seen in years. How could you be so selfish? Your dad gave you everything. We always knew you thought you were better than us. Message after message, all within 10 minutes. Then a voicemail from my mom. Her voice was breaking. Sweetheart, I don't understand why you're doing this. You've always put yourself first. Just sign the paper, please. Don't tear this family apart. I sat in my car outside my office. Couldn't go in. For about 10 minutes, I thought maybe I was the problem. Maybe I was selfish, ungrateful, wrong. Then I opened my laptop. Because I had something they didn't know about. A file Anna taught me to keep. And it was about to save my life. I pulled my credit monitoring dashboard. The HELOC application was right there. Submitted Saturday, 9:14 a.m. I looked at the signature. It was supposed to be mine. Electronic. DocuSign style. But the metadata didn't match. I cross-checked my calendar. Saturday, 9:14 a.m. I was on a Zoom call. A recorded one. With 12 people. I pulled the recording. Took a screenshot. Timestamp visible. Then I opened the HELOC application metadata. Timestamp visible. Same minute. 14 minutes of overlap. The signature was forged. I sent everything to a lawyer friend. Not my family's lawyer, mine. She replied in 4 words. This is identity fraud. I took a breath. Then I filed a police report, online, saved the case number, printed everything. 3 copies. That was receipt number 1, but I knew they wouldn't stop there. And I was right. Tuesday night. Someone knocked on my apartment door. I checked the peephole. Brandon, I opened it. Didn't invite him in. You filed a police report? I did. His face went red. You're going to ruin us over a clerical error? A clerical error? Brandon, someone forged my signature. It was the assistant. She made a mistake. We'll fix it. Then why didn't anyone call me first? He stepped closer. I didn't move. You've always needed to feel special. This is pathetic. This is theft. He laughed. Ugly, mean. You think you're untouchable now? Because you got some job? I didn't answer. Sign the loan by Friday, or we file a defamation suit. You're slandering the family business. I closed the door. Called building security. They escorted him out. An hour later, an email arrived. Cease and desist. From a lawyer. Not a good one, but a loud one. Retract the police report. Sign the loan. Avoid further legal action. CC'd to 4 relatives. Then I saw the Facebook group. Supporting the family business. Private, 38 members. All family. My face was the cover photo, with the word traitor in the caption. A cousin I trusted sent me screenshots. I had 48 hours, but I wasn't backing down. I was digging deeper. My lawyer friend didn't just do family law. She knew forensic accountants, investigators, people who pull public records. Wednesday morning, she sent me a Dropbox link. You need to see this. I opened it. 3 active liens against the family business. Total, $780,000. 2 missed payroll tax quarters. Flagged by the IRS. A default notice on the primary office lease. But that wasn't the worst part. There was a letter. From the Small Business Administration. Subject PPP loan inquiry. During COVID, Brandon had filed for a Paycheck Protection Program loan. He'd inflated the employee count by 40%. Claimed 15 employees. They had 9. The SBA had opened an investigation. Case number visible. I printed everything. Liens, tax notices, default letter, SBA inquiry. I stared at the pages. They didn't need a loan. They needed a scapegoat. If I co-signed and the business collapsed, my assets would get pursued. My credit destroyed. They'd walk away. Blame the lender. Blame me. That was receipt number 2. And now I knew exactly what to do. I went back further. Old emails. Family threads I'd been CC'd on years ago and forgotten. Then I found it. My dad's pension. Tied to the business. It only vests if the company remains solvent through the 4th quarter of this year. He's 6 months from retirement. If the business folds before then, he loses everything. Brandon's salary? $240,000 a year. Unsustainable. The last tax return showed it. I checked his LinkedIn. He'd been job hunting since January. He knew the business was dying. Then a text came in. From a cousin. The one who sent me the Facebook screenshots. Your dad told mine you'd do anything to get back in his good graces. He said the banner would soften you up. I read it twice. The banner wasn't a joke. It was bait. Psychological prep. Make me feel small. Desperate to prove myself. Then offer me a way back in. Co-sign the loan. Be part of the family again. And when it all collapsed, I'd be the one holding the debt. I sat back. I wasn't angry. I was calm. Because now I knew exactly what to do. Thursday morning, I made 3 calls. First, a white-collar defense attorney. Retainer signed by noon. Second, a forensic accountant. She started an audit immediately. Third, my boss. I walked into his office with a pitch deck. I have a distressed asset opportunity. Commercial real estate. Undervalued portfolio. Correctable management problems. 3 liens we can buy at a discount. He looked at the numbers. Whose business? I didn't blink. My family's. He leaned back. You're serious? Completely. We have a distressed asset acquisition fund. It's what we do. I laid out the plan. Purchase the liens, restructure, install professional management. He called 2 partners into the room. By end of day Friday, we had a term sheet. My firm would acquire controlling interest in the family business. I'd oversee the restructure. Total personal capital required from me? 0. I filed an identity theft affidavit with the FTC, forwarded everything to the SBA hotline. Then I got an invitation. My dad's retirement party, 2 weeks away, hosted at the family office. I RSVP'd yes, and I started preparing slides. The retirement party was exactly what you'd expect. Catered food, open bar, 40-plus relatives crammed into the family office conference room. A slideshow of my dad's career playing on the screen. I arrived in a tailored suit. Leather portfolio under my arm. Brandon saw me first. His face went tight. I smiled, sat in the back. My dad gave a speech. Thanked everyone. Thanked Brandon for keeping the legacy alive. People clapped. Then I stood up. Can I say a few words? My dad looked confused. But he nodded. I walked to the front. Pulled out my laptop. Connected it to the projector. I just want to share a few things. For context. First slide, a screenshot of the HELOC application. My forged signature. The timestamp. Next to it, a screenshot of my Zoom call. Same timestamp. The room went silent. This was submitted in my name. While I was on a recorded meeting. It's identity fraud. I filed a police report. Brandon started to speak. I clicked to the next slide. SBA inquiry letter. PPP loan discrepancy. 40% employee inflation. 3 liens. Total, $780,000. Default notice on the lease. Every number visible. Every document labeled. My dad's voice cracked. This is a private family matter. A woman in the back row stood. My attorney. She handed him a folder. Cease and desist. On behalf of my client. I clicked to the third slide. The term sheet. My firm has purchased the liens on this business. We now hold controlling interest. The business will be restructured. Professionally managed, you'll both be offered consulting roles. At market rate. Brandon's face drained of color. You can't. I already did. The deal closed yesterday. I unplugged my laptop. Closed the portfolio. Congratulations, loser? I looked at the old banner, still hanging in the back of the room from the reunion. No, congratulations, owner. I walked out. No one followed. The deal took 30 days to finalize. My firm brought in a new CFO, an operations manager, a clean accounting team. We paid down the liens, renegotiated the lease, filed amended tax returns. The business didn't die. It got smaller, leaner, honest. Brandon was offered a junior analyst role. Salary, $68,000. Market rate for his actual experience. He declined. Took a job in another state. We haven't spoken since. My dad accepted a consulting contract. 10 hours a week. He rarely shows up. We don't talk much. When we do, it's professional. He's never apologized. I didn't fire anyone. Not one employee. In fact, I raised wages. Started a financial literacy program for the staff. Local press called it a turnaround story. I didn't do interviews. My mom sent an email. 4 months later, "I'm proud of you, even if I can't say it out loud yet." I didn't reply, but I saved it. The banner? I had it framed. It hangs in my office now, right behind my desk. There's a small plaque underneath. They tried to shame me. I built equity instead. Every time someone asks about it, I tell them the truth. Other people's cruelty says nothing about your worth. Boundaries aren't revenge. Protecting yourself isn't selfish. And documentation isn't paranoia, it's power. I didn't destroy my family. I set a boundary. They destroyed themselves when they tried to cross it. A year later, the business is stable. Employees are happy. The portfolio is growing again. I sleep fine, because I didn't win by being cruel. I won by being prepared. So here's my question for you. Have you ever been underestimated by your own family? What did you do? Drop your story in the comments. I read every single one, and if this resonated, hit subscribe. You're not a loser. You're just early. One last thing. This story is a fictionalized dramatization for entertainment purposes. It does not constitute legal, financial, or professional advice. Always consult licensed professionals for your specific situation. Thanks for watching. And remember, save your receipts.